Well, the Prime Initiative is a Jewish Arab organization that works towards a shared society, shared future for Arab and Jewish citizens of the State of Israel. Actually, we are a policy change organization. One of our projects really deal with combating crime and violence within the Arab community and gearing toward, working toward shared, again, equality and integration between Arabs and Jews. And we think that crime and violence really an obstacle for a shared society and shared future for all Israeli citizens.
Well, certainly, I think there's some fairly broad consensus on that, and it appears the government finally agrees as well. Now, Prime Minister Netanyahu, in his terms, invested money as well in this sector, but this is a huge sum of money now on the table. Do you think that it will help in the way that it's intended to? Is money a big part of the answer?
Yes. The 5 years development plan is a positive announcement. No doubt, it's unprecedented decision. The allocation of 30 billion shekels is a first step. It's not enough, actually, towards the development of Arab towns and the Arab community. Hopefully, budgeting and allocation of money will be translated to a sustainable actually policy within the Israeli governments, all governments. Well, actually, the government resolution is a recognition of the emergency situation that we got into it. It's a recognition that Arab towns really underdeveloped over the years so far. And it's a recognition that violence and the crime are a results of deep causes within the Arab community that should be dealt with. And I am happy to see that so much money is going to be to deal with the deep causes, especially 1/3 of the amount goes to education, but also a lot of money goes to combat crime and violence. I believe that we have to actually solve issues that for many years, issues such as housing crisis, financial services for the Arab community, and to deal also to try to push and to integrate the young Arabs who are neither working nor studying. And so I am really positive this morning. I feel hopeful that things will start to change, but we really think that all of this policy should be sustainable. And I'm happy that now all governments actually in both sides, actually all parties in the opposition, in the coalition understand the need to deal with the deep causes of crime and violence, and that crime and violence within the Arab community, it's a matter of all Israeli citizens, Jews as well as Arabs.
Now, is there consensus within the Arab Israeli communities, though, about what the solution is? Is it more government involvement or less? Is it more resources, more police? Do they want to see more simply authorities present?
Yes, I think so far Arab community became as exterritorial. We see only the police there, and I believe that the police should work harder to combat crime and violence. But it's the issue for the police with the government that should deal with deep causes of the crime and violence, but also it's our responsibility, Arab community leadership responsibility to try to cooperate. We have to cooperate together to work and reduce crime and violence within the Arab community.
And now on that crime and violence, these criminal gangs, which by today accounts of almost total control, absolute control in many of the streets of the country's largest communities here. Has that been a long time coming? Is that something that people in these communities have seen happening, or did it appear suddenly in the streets for you?
No, actually, it started 20 years ago, following October events, the second Intifada, when the police really left the Arab towns. They didn't give the service a fair and equal police service. The police was indifferent in this issue, and now we see that this government is serious. So far, the police really neglected the Arab community. We see that with the new minister, with his deputy, Yoav Segalovich, they are working hard. They are reaching out to the Arab community. They are cooperating with the Arab leadership. And I am really hopeful that things will move in the right direction.
Thank you very much, Dr. Thabet Abu Rass, the co-executive director of the Abraham Initiative, an important mission you're on, and wish you luck in that endeavor. Thanks for being with us.